What are all these small words? And how are we supposed to pronounce them? Let's find out. Welcome to my channel, io sono Miriam Romeo e se capisci l'inglese ma non riesci a parlarlo come vorresti, then I would love to be your English coach. There is a free pronunciation lesson waiting for you in my description box below this video. Just go click the link and you will discover 5 amazing tips that will make your English sound so much better today. So all these little words you see all the time everywhere, they are abbreviations of longer words. You know, English wants to be as short in sound as possible. So whenever there's a chance, things get reduced and shortened. But sometimes what's left of the spelling can confuse us, and sometimes we may not even recognize a word, the meaning of the word, or maybe we just don't know how to pronounce it anymore. So let's start with this one. This is the abbreviation of vegetable. Vegetable, which already is a word a lot of people have trouble pronouncing. Vegetable. All the stress is on the first syllable. Vegetable. So when you shorten it and you just keep the first 3 letters, you need to keep the sound as well. So you're left with veg. So if you ever see these 3 letters, which is short for vegetables, you pronounce it veg. Veg. This one is the abbreviation of microphone, and it's often shortened by just keeping the first 3 letters again. And admittedly, this spelling can be a little bit confusing, but don't worry, you just keep the sound. Just like with vegetable, microphone, if you only read M-I-C, you pronounce it mic. I know it's a little bit weird, but the pronunciation of this abbreviation is mic, just like the name Mike. This next one is the abbreviation of a compound word. Cooperation. Cooperation. So when you shorten it, you just keep C-O-O-P, but you have to remember that is co-op. So this abbreviation is pronounced co-op because it's still a compound word. Co-op. And the same thing happens for the abbreviation of the compound word coeducational, which means a school for both boys and girls, which is not a word you see or you say every day, but I want to mention it just because in case you see it and you see this weird spelling, C-O-E-D, you know how to pronounce it. And the pronunciation is COED, because it comes from coeducational, so you just keep the first 4 letters, but the sound remains the same, COED. So just like co-op, COED. And the last word, the last abbreviation I want to mention is this one. And this one is not an abbreviation whose pronunciation is confusing, whose sound is confusing. But I want to mention it because it's still an abbreviation, but the spelling changes compared to the original word. This is the abbreviation of business. Business. Which is a word with an exception because the first U, the first vowel, is actually pronounced as a lax I, business. And the abbreviation is B-I-Z. And so you keep the sound business, biz, but in this case, the short version has a different spelling. So I want to tell you so you recognize the word, because they couldn't use the spelling B-U-S, because that's a whole other word, isn't it? So if you ever see this short word, this abbreviation, B-I-Z, you now know it's short for business, and it's pronounced biz. Show business, show biz. Was this helpful or interesting? Tell me in the comments below. And now go check out the link in the description box below to get your free pronunciation lesson. And if you want to work with me and you would love for me to be your English coach, just contact me at this email address right here. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.